it seems as though Israeli intelligence knew about the October 7th attacks. That and this was not according to some supposedly alternative or left wing outlet. This is the New York Times. Israel knew Hamas's attack plan more than a year ago. Israeli officials obtained Hamas's battle plan more than a year before it happened. Documents, emails, and interviews show. But Israeli military and intelligence officials dismissed the plan as aspirational, considering it too difficult for Hamas to carry out. The approximate 40-page document, in which the Israeli authorities codenamed Jericho Wall, outlined point by point exactly the kind of devastating invasion that led to the deaths of about 1,200 people. The translated document, which was reviewed by the Times, did not set out a date, but describes a methodical assault designed to overwhelm the fortifications around the Gaza Strip, take over Israeli cities, and storm key military bases, including a division headquarters. Hamas followed the blueprint with shocking precision. The document called for a barrage of rockets at the outset of the attack, drones to knock out the security cameras, and automated machine guns along the border, and gunmen to pour into Israel en masse, in paragliders, on motorcycles, and on foot, all of which happened on October 7th. The failures to connect the dots echoed another analytical failure more than 2 decades ago. I don't know if you remember this, Brandy. It was kind of a thing. But the attacks on 9/11, hello, where the Pentagon were largely a failure of analysis and imagination, and a government commission concluded, or part of the plan. Ted Singer, a retired CIA official who worked extensively in the Middle East, said the Israeli intelligence failure on October 7th is sounding more and more like our 9/11. And can we at least learn anything from anything when it comes to 9/11? I guess not. But like, this is huge. So this story truly is massive. And I think our initial reactions to just how heinous and like clearly planned out these attacks was like, how did the most secure, armed to the teeth, like, we'll talk about how much they map the people of Gaza, know every tunnel. Like, how did the Israeli military and intelligence miss this? And it turns out they didn't. They just didn't think it could happen, or, allowed it to happen. Look at, I mean, this is my opinion, is like a little bit tomato. Look at the pretext for the amount of invasion, destruction, and ultimately sort of colonization of Gaza, and the redrawing of the borders that they absolutely want to do. That, the United States is like, no, we would never let that happen. Here, have more weapons to make it happen, but don't, So, but I don't know. I mean, do you think that this matters? I mean, the Times is covering it. Nobody else is covering it. I guess it's all water under the bridge. What are your thoughts?
I mean, it's hard because I feel like people at this point are either acting from a place of like, there's such like bad faith coming in from a million different directions, and people are also just very like, I can't handle this. Like, I don't want to think about the fact that I've been wrong, because we're such like an egocentric society that like, once a lot of people have made up their mind, it's really hard for new factual information to get in there to be like, that doesn't change the fact that this didn't happen, that this happened, but it's also like, there's an arrogance here that needs to be admitted. I mean, a deep level of arrogance to not think that they're capable of this. And just like, it's a failure. I think it's interesting. It could be interesting to see how it plays out in Israeli society, because it's like, that I think is the more important question than here necessarily, because there it's going to be like, well, the whole point is you keep us safe. You clearly didn't, and you didn't think, you took this, for granted completely. So you've utterly failed completely.
Right.
But there is like a hard point in knowing that, like, did they allow this to happen or not? Because there's that, did you see the video of like Netanyahu a few months ago, like talking about the future of the Middle East, where like he is showing a map of the Middle East and Palestine's not even on the map. It's just Israel. And you're like, that was months before this started. So it's like, to me, I don't know, one way or the other, it doesn't matter. I'm right with you. It's like, did they know or did they not? Either way, it's either like, complete a failure, or there's something more incendiary going on.
I mean, and this is right. This is the problem of Gaza for Israel. If they do want to have all of the land and push Gazans into the sea and or desert. But of course, no. That's what Palestinians are doing to Israelis, which
Mhm.
they withdrew from Gaza.
Yeah.
And they don't have settlements in Gaza. And there is
Mhm.
not the possibility to sort of slowly, like a cancer, kind of like
Yeah.
get in and then expand like the West Bank.
Yeah.
So instead, you have to, right, wage
Mhm.
war. And then in this case, wage a genocide,
Yeah.
an ethnic cleansing. So I think you're totally right on that. It matters in Israeli society. We will see how it plays out. I mean, my God, if you think that this government cares about human life, let alone even its own citizens, you're sorely mistaken. What's going on, Frantifa? If you haven't already, subscribe to this channel right now. Hit that button. And also, you can become a patron and support the show every single week. Get access to bonus episodes and exclusive merchandise. Patreon.com/bitchuation room. Do it.